Welcome back to the Complicated Kids podcast. I am your host, Gabrielle Nicolay, and today we are joined by Ron Shuali. Ron, welcome.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to let you introduce yourself to the good people because you have a very particular specialty.
Absolutely. So I have ADHD, ODD, DOGG, any letters that you can put after whatever to try to categorize me. I've been oppositional ever since I was 1 year young. I mean, I remember my mother telling me that it was 47 years ago. We were watching TV in Israel where we lived, and there was only two channels to change it. One channel had the off, which was just gray in the background, is really weird, and the other channel was this channel. And my mom wanted to change something, and I basically went up. I didn't want to watch the news. I turned the TV off. I turned around. I stomped my foot, and I said, "I'm the boss." And then ever since then, it's just been a lot of joy and happiness. My mom always had to be coming into school to to talk to the parents, talk to the teachers, talk to this and that, because I was just bored. I am not designed for public school prison. I am not designed for sitting in a classroom, sitting still, and just I move a lot. I have a rocking chair when I do my trainings. I've just found that there's just kids that are just different. Neurodivergent is a beautiful way to talk about what I felt my whole life: the X-Men, the Avengers, all the superpowers. When I do my trainings with teachers, I teach people how to do energy work. Like, try this: rub your hands together.
Love it. Yep.
Awesome. Cool. And now rub your fingers together, your fingertips there.
Okay.
Cool. And now rub these knuckles.
Okay.
And then rub these knuckles.
Okay.
And then cup your hands like that and pull your hands apart. And now are you experiencing anything?
Yeah, a little tingling between my hands.
Tingling, okay. Is there anything you're feeling inside your hands?
Like in the actual hands?
Yeah.
No.
Well, before you did that part. Oh, okay. So sometimes when I do this,
okay,
and then back and forth, and we do it, you're creating energy. We cup our hands, we pull them apart. Maybe that's what it is, because you opened your fingers. So try it again this time, but cup your hands,
okay,
so that the energy doesn't dissipate.
I love this. And if you're not watching, if you're just listening to this, we're doing like that rain thing where you rub your palms together and rub your knuckles together and knuckles. And then I'm putting my closed. Whoa. And I don't know what I felt, but I felt something.
Okay, so you see your hands are going back and forth. So your hands are going back. You're feeling that energy. You're feeling that pulsating, like two magnets pushing against each other. And notice too that if you open your fingers, it kind of disappears. It's fine, but this is energy work. This is the stuff that I learned, I picked up on. I teach kids as young as 2 years young. We have something called yogarati, which is a blend of yoga and martial arts that we develop, because I've always thought kids need martial arts. But even though I started at 12 and we start the kids super early, I was teaching karate and soccer, and really then I started doing yoga, and I noticed the difference it made for me, especially in the breath work. And that's when like the yogarati thing came together. So we teach teachers this. We teach them how to implement different types of breathing with the kids, just because some of these kids are not designed for traditional education, and they don't have the breathing tools that they need. I teach fire breathing. I teach cold breathing. I teach big belly breathing.
Okay, stop. Pause. Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm so in. Okay.
Speaking of breathing.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Go. Hi.
Yeah, take a breath, because I want to say this is amazing. So here's what I want you to do. Here's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to ask you a question. You are an adult who used to be a child in the same vein of the parents who are listening to this podcast. What I mean by that is you're the grown-up version of what they're dealing with. They used to be that they're dealing with now.
If either you channel your kids in the direction where you're really letting them guide you, and like, I'll do my parenting workshop real quick. 2 things to say to your kids: I love you. How can I support you? Workshop over. So you can either do it one of 2 ways. You can either open your heart Channel whatever your kid wants to do. I showed videos of this one DJ. He won South Africa's Got Talent, Neurodivergent. Look up DJ Fresh, Arch Jr., and you'll see the video. And nurture whatever this kid wants to talk about, whether they talk about space or this or that, or whatever. In my behavior mastery system, part 4 is called a unique positive reinforcer, something that only they want to talk about, that you give them a show during the day so they let themselves be expressed with whatever information they have to share, instead of just stop talking about that. We'll wait next week till show and tell, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
So you either let the child lead you, or you do what my parents did, ex-military Israeli parents, which is force me to do Hebrew school so I get kicked out, force me to do math league and all this stuff so I sabotage my way out, force me to go to this, force me to do that. Tell me when I want to be a pro wrestler and I'm training from age 13 to 18 because I want to be on a stage and I want to be seen and I want to express myself. And there's no better way to improv in front of thousands of people. It's not like film. You mess up something, you improv. There's no bigger challenge I found in life being on a keynote stage in front of thousands of people than being in a wrestling ring in front of 20 people, where they can hear you if you're talking to each other and blah, blah, blah. So what does my mom do? Oh, you want to be a wrestler? We'll go to school for management and business, because they came from safety and they came from, two generations before. A lot of negative stuff happened around that Germany, Poland area. So I get it. Trauma, all that stuff, safety, security. Me, that stuff doesn't work. So when my mom tells me I'm not going to push you around in a wheelchair the rest of your life, when I say I want to be a pro wrestler, my brain goes, okay, got it. Go to pro wrestling school. And then I did that for 12 years. So
okay, wait, pause again, because what you're outlining here, it is super clear. You can support your child and their brain, or not support your child and their brain, and both are,
and they support their brain, but more importantly, support their heart.
Yes. Okay. And both choices are available to you as a parent. But what do you want that relationship to be like and to look like? And in some regards, what I love about this is sometimes the choice to celebrate their heart and their minds and who they are looks weird. And I'm going to put that in air quotes.
Yeah.
But isn't like it, what is the price of that versus the price of constant aggravation and yelling and getting kicked out and being hauled in and all of this? Now, again, people can make their own decisions. For me, the choice is really clear. It's like, oh, you're a unique human. What are you about? Let's figure this out together. That's where I want to sit. And it can be challenging. It can be hard. It can be unexpected. It can be all of those things. But what I hear you, like the reason I'm loving talking to you right now is because you are living out loud the way you are. First of all, despite what happened to you in the past. So maybe that's something else. But also now you're helping, like, okay, I need you to go back to like what it is exactly that you do and how you do it, please.
My wifey and I travel around the country and North America. We got a gig in Vancouver City. We're going to see some whales and orcas the day before. Super excited. But we travel around doing in-services, which is basically 3 or 6 hour trainings for teachers, keynotes, going to conferences and doing a keynote session to rah-rah somebody and open their brains a little bit more, open their heart. And then we'll come back out again and do like more specific workshops where we're working with them, doing team building, partner activities. We have a full day called Behavior Mastery, where the morning is about behavior mastery of oneself and understanding how our brain really works. Not just neurodivergent, but it's like there's so much that we don't understand that I've learned over a 23-year journey, starting in January of 2001, where I did a seminar for 3 days called the Landmark Forum. where when I did that seminar, it transformed my life and started me into a different world of really getting the cloak and the veil taken off of my eyes and realizing there's so much more. And one of the things that I really realized the most that I talk to teachers about is that we've been programmed to believe that when our brain says words to us, we've been programmed to go, yeah, it came from inside my brain, so let me agree with it. Even it's like their heart's like, yeah, that's not really a nice thing to say. I don't really think you, but I think that's maybe your parents or your grandparents talking, and your gut with the microbiome and all the intelligence in there, your gut's like, listen to your heart. Your brain's just, the brain's purpose is keep you safe, prove you right. And when we start teaching teachers how to, just because your brain says something, oh, that child's not looking at me because they're being disrespectful. Well, the child's not looking at you because the child's not looking at you. Now your brain is going to make up a story about it being right, and then you're going to double down on the story, so that you're choosing win-lose, because people don't realize that. They don't realize their dopamine system. They don't realize when they look at a child and they look at that child and they say, that child's being disrespectful, then they're being right. So they get dopamine released into their body and other chemicals. Then they make the child wrong. They get more dopamine and chemicals. Why would you say to a 3-year young kid, what did I tell you? What did we talk about? Why do I have to? You get what you get. You don't get. Why do we say that? We say that because a lot of times, because of trauma, we have had our joy suppressed by ourselves, not understanding we do all of that, and you still need to feel as a human. So if you can't have access to joy and happiness and silliness and goofiness, then you go to anger and you go to rage, and all that stuff happens.
And this is exactly, okay, people are going to have to, if you're listening to this on a podcast player, you're going to have to go over on YouTube to the Complicated Kids podcast YouTube channel and watch it, because I'm over here like jumping out of my skin, because yes, because if we do not, this is true of all children, but I find it particularly true with the kids, with neurodivergent kids, with the kids who have any kind of developmental, again, in air quotes, diagnosis, which is they arrive on the planet, and I'm using those terms on purpose just to kind of give the scope of it. They arrive here without the ability to just go with the flow. And that is...
Hey, what does that mean? Go with the flow. They're new. They're brand new to the planet.
Yeah.
So these kids are going, why? Yeah. Teachers are getting upset. You've been here for 30 years. They're brand new. They just got language. They have questions about what's a wall? What's a TV? What's a this? What's a that? What's a dog? Everything. You've been here for so long, but that's the thing. What you're saying is about the brain and choosing which direction you want to go. Like, for example, one of the biggest and most impactful things that I do with people, I want to try something with you. Is that okay? I think I cut you off, but I just have... Okay, so have you yourself ever created an expectation for another human?
Absolutely.
Okay, got it. Never shared the expectation with them. And when they don't fulfill look at the smile on your face. When they don't fulfill the expectation that they know nothing about, who is our brain automatically programmed to get upset at?
Oh, the other person, for sure.
But it doesn't even make sense. So now, real quick, think about a human in your life. And if you're listening to this or watching to this, you can do this as well. Think about a human being in your life that you have an expectation for. Okay, can you narrow it down to one just for a moment? Okay, so think about this human being. Say their out loud, if you can say their first name or their pronoun, he, she, they, what have you, okay? Say their first name or pronoun, the word should, because should is the word that we think or we create or we say to create expectation, and then the expectation. So once again, say their pronoun or first name, should, and the expectation that you have for them. And then as you're saying it, think about it, visualize it in your mind, you have saying that expectation and it not happen. Go.
Okay. He should make dinner.
Okay, got it. So how do you feel when you say you're smiling, but you're smiling a different way than when you're now that's the authentic smile. The other smile is the I guess
well, part of it is, spoiler alert, I know what you're doing and I love it. So I'm not the best person to do this on, because but
do it. Do it. So how did you feel in that moment?
Oh, like annoyed.
Okay, good. Now say the same sentence, take out the word should and put the word could in there. Ready, set, go.
He could make dinner.
Same emotion or different emotion?
Different emotion.
And then what would you say in your body? Did you feel something?
Yes, that would be, it's like a loosening, a softening, and opening.
So for you already get that because I can see in your face, your micro expressions, you've had this conversation. For those of you that haven't gotten this ever, or this is new for the first time, which is okay. Like not many people know everything, but sometimes we make ourselves wrong for not knowing something instead of just going, I just don't know it because I don't know it. That lightness, that if you were listening and you did that as you're watching or listening, that lightness that you felt, and be with me, that lightness that you felt is you alleviating you of the expectation that you put on the other person that has nothing to do with them. So that lightness that your listeners and your viewers feel, that's now there. And they're at balance. They're at karma. They're not like at a beautiful state. Yeah. And at any point, you can just literally go and should all over, SHOULD. You can should on those people and say, well, they should be this way. Well, traffic should be this way. Well, have you ever considered leaving 15 minutes early? Oh, no, I wouldn't do that, blah, blah, blah. But, making a little, it's so interesting how being right, and we're talking back to the neurodiverse kids, that child should be able to sit crisscross applesauce. Based on what? That child should not have to rock back and forth. Based on what?
Based on what? Because guess what? They can't. So why are we arguing with reality? Why?
It's not we're arguing with the reality. Reality is reality. We're arguing with ourselves. Yeah. We're arguing with our brain. Our brain is going, my paycheck should be more. The parents should pick their kids up on time. And then if I go, well, but then I have a conversation with somebody, I coach them, I go, well, based on what information? Or I go, okay, well, why? And then that's it. There's nothing left. Because one thing that I do to teach people how to take a little break. Ask yourself this question. Ready? Ask yourself this question. Everybody listening, watching. I wonder what my next thought will be. Go.
I should say that.
Say it right now or think it to yourself. Yeah. Say it. Ready, set, go.
Okay. Okay.
Now what happens?
I don't have any thoughts.
How beautiful. Did it just go quiet? Look how happy you are. Your inner child just went, yay, I'm seen. Because all the BS that we've been putting on ourselves for all this time, when that goes out the window, I don't even see your eyes anymore. You're smiling so much. But
you gotta know. You gotta know. You gotta know. My inner child is always at the ready. This is why I deal with 2-year-olds. Okay.
Good. I love it. I love it. Kids are so great. And when I talk to parents, when I talk to teachers, I say, who lied to you and said that preschool kids need teachers? Who lied to you and said preschool teachers need educators? They need clowns.
Yes.
That's it. Yes. You don't have that personality of being a clown. Fine, go to high school. They pay a lot better. You don't have to do anything. They can Google everything that you're teaching. You can just pretend to be there. Preschool kids, they're learning languages. They're understanding they're learning cognitive skills. They're learning gross motor and small, all these different things. That's the miracle age where you can have a child from 2 to 2.5 pick up so much more, and like a teenager is gonna learn 3 chapters or something he's never gonna use ever.
Yep. Oh my God. Okay, before we get carried away here, because we do have to pin this soon, unfortunately, and maybe we'll have you back, we'll see. Okay, I want you to tell people, how do they get a hold of you, and how do they find you?
Google. Look up my name, Ron Shuali, SHUALI. My website, of one of many, is ronspeak.com. Another website that's very important if you have kids in K to 12 public school and you're crazy enough to send them there, Breaking the Bullying Circle is a really good website so that you can have clear communication with your kids, because if you've been alive for 25, 30 years, it's not the same school systems. Just real quick, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
If you know, back in the day where somebody would shove us, push us, hit us, spit on us, push me to whatever, we'd after 2 or 3 times, we'd either get somebody to help us, or we not the teacher, a friend, or we'd pop them in the nose, and then it's over, and then you're friends with that person for 30 years. And now, unfortunately, public schools shame kids, and they say if you defend yourself, then you put your hands up, you're suspended. So now kids are going into schools, turning into more of a victim, and mom and dad just say, talk to the teachers, they'll help you, and nothing's getting done. That's why 25 years, the bully side rates and the school shooting rates are insane, because we're teaching kids how to be victims in the school, and the kids just don't even ask. So go on that website and just watch the videos, have conversations with your kids. 4 questions that you ask them that has to do with, what do you want me to do when someone's punching me, kicking me? And parents need to have these conversations with the kids, because if not, then you know, it's just like a third grader talks to me going, why do my parents send me somewhere where I'm getting abused every day? And it happens for weeks. What would you do? When I was 12, I tried to take my own life at a military academy after 3 weeks of getting bullied. And I chose not to defend myself, because if I got into a fight, the consequence was so much worse. So I know
this
we went
is
off
interesting. The double bind, right? It's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And so then you just disappear. That's the only other answer, is to disappear
yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, how do you, especially if you've been taught that the brain talks at you all the time. I saw this one amazing speaker at NAMI, National Association for Mental Illness. This guy, I'm spacing on his name, but he jumped off of Kevin Hines, and or Eric, one of them. No, I think one is the tap dancer guy. Kevin Hines. Okay, good. I was thinking, okay, Gregory Hines. So, see, that's my idiot's brain, blah, blah, blah. But he jumped off the San Francisco Bridge, and he didn't die. He was saved by the most intricate of different coincidences of people and Coast Guard and a sea lion that was there. Just an amazing story, Kevin Hines' story. But one thing that he said was so brilliant, like with this thought, with the brain that goes, that's what mental illness is. This thing just doesn't shut up, and we're taught to listen to it. He said something that stuck with me forever. Your thoughts are just your thoughts, comma. Your thoughts don't have to become your actions, comma. Your thoughts can just stay your thoughts. So if you get that and you combine it with, I wonder what my next thought will be. And whenever you have something and all of a sudden your brain goes blank, because what's happening is you're shutting off the brain that just wants to be right. Wonder comes from the heart. So when you start going, I wonder what I'm going to have for, not like what I think I want to have for dinner. I wonder what I'm going to have for dinner. It's like you feel in your chest, like, oh, yeah, that energy. And that's the most important thing when it comes to being a teacher or when it comes to being a parent. When your brain is on and your heart is off, it's not benefiting the kids. You're choosing win, lose. When your brain is on, and you just, if you're upset at something, go on YouTube, type in Chewbacca mask lady, and watch this lady for 2 minutes. And then when your child is still mommy screaming, you look at that kid and you're like, watch this video. And then you guys just start laughing, and everything you're upset about goes out the window because your heart is on. It's just silly stuff. Well, I watch anytime I want to not be upset. I watch the Chippendales. What's it called with Chris Farley and Patrick Swayze? The scene from Saturday Night Live.
Oh my
when
God.
they do when they do the dance competition. Or I watch Sesame Street. Those 2 aliens that would go yep, and I have a video list on my YouTube channel that's specifically for me, because I know my brain sabotages me. So I know that, oh crap, I gotta go. It's telling me to do this. It's telling me that I'm no good, imposter syndrome. I hit a button, all of a sudden I hear the Thundercats theme. Hear the magic, hear the raw Thundercats. And now I'm a little kid again. My inner child goes, and then my inner child's like, yay, Thundercats home. What was I thinking about? I don't know. And it goes right out the window. I have,
I love it. Oh my God. And listen, I think
and then my inner child goes, wait, I don't have to be upset about whatever I was doing. I do so much work on the brain because this thing just gets in our way.
And this is real. Like, I think some folks who are listening are be like, oh, that's cute. But It's not cute. This is neuroscience in action. This is applied neuroscience, which is number one, what you're saying is change your state, and you can do that on purpose. Number two, you're saying don't believe everything you think, because your brain is a thought generating machine that will just spew at you.
Anything your brain said. When has your brain helped you?
Yeah.
When has your brain gotten in your way? Just take a survey. And then when has your heart helped you?
Yeah. And and so all of these things are, and I love the neuroscience that's coming out right now, because it verifies all of these things that you have spent your life figuring out about yourself, right? And what works and what doesn't work, and what's a more adaptive way of, making yourself feel better than taking drugs or engaging in high risk activities. Like, there's any number of things that people will do because they discover that it works to calm down the nervous system. The question is,
exercise, yoga,
exercise, always.
Always. It's always. I mean, there's so many people that just, I had anxiety, I had this, I had that. And then I started working out in the morning, and then by 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm done. It's like, yeah, because your body's supposed to move more than other people's bodies. And if you sit for 8 hours a day, then your body's going to be like, well, you're doing the opposite. So pain, sciatic pain, carpal tunnel pain, here's a mental illness, depression.
Yeah, right. Your body will send you signals that you cannot ignore. Much as your brain would like to say, no, we have to sit here and do our work. We have to sit here and do our work. And your body's going to be like, ouch, 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 ouch.
Yeah, I don't like to do work.
Yeah, me neither. Ron, it's such a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you for coming on here. This was really, this was fun. This was really fun. Thank you.
I'm thankful for reaching out. I mean, we did this, made it happen quick.
We did. We really did. And we'll come back to it. So thanks.
Appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.